was quite a long drive from Bangalore, but then we started at like 7 in the morning and then reached Hampi was bed like around 2:30 afternoon. So windy, but we couldn't visit the Hampi place today, so we came to the Hampi Dam, me and my brother and my sister-in-law, and they're far behind, so finally done with the Virupaksha temple. It was a pretty good experience. I mean, to have an ancient temple still functioning and people visiting it regularly, very peaceful, and the whole ambience. The architecture is beautiful, but oh well, we'll see more. This place is full of temples like Kanchipuram, so it's yeah. I mean, it's so like you have a main temple, but then you have a series of other small temples on this hill as well. So that is a Virupaksha temple, like the whole complex, and then you have all these smaller temples on a hill right besides it. The whole place is just mesmerizing. It's Enda Pare. Well, the one thing that I guess that irritates me is the humidity. So I believe this is a Durga temple, but as I said before, like none of these temples are being used. Why I think it's a Durga temple is because of this carving. Not exactly sure if it is, but yeah, there are all these bunches and bunches. Not bunches, I mean there are all these different temple types. So this was another ancient historical temple that I don't think it's been in use, but then it has a door and it's closed, so maybe it might be. But just imagine, like in all those olden days, we weren't able to do the Karakul, right? But we are doing the walk to the Vitla temple, and the thing about walking to the temple is there aren't much people here. Maybe on the Karakul ride there were more, but well, I haven't seen much to do there either. But so this is the way to the temple. It's like so many temples, like, but architectural wonders. But as you can see, like most of the things were destroyed during the recent floods, and everything's still just settling down. Not really sure what this place is, but I was told that this is a holy place and we had to like put our shoes out. I thought this was a temple, but it isn't, and I'm not sure what the purpose of this structure is. It's built really close to the river, and here you can see the Vitala, no, not the Vitala temple, I mean like you can see the Tungabhadra river. Beautiful view though. This is a holy place. There is, well, the statue of this. I'm not sure who this is, but he is revered because you can see the Tika of Korea, I believe. I still wonder why this place was used. What this place was used for. Was it for rituals, or was it for and like you see, like this should be like the sideways thing, like those are the main steps, but it's quite small for everything. I don't even understand half the places, so if you guys are coming here, it's good to have a guide who does walk with you, like to all these places. So oh look, there's another thingy here. I wonder what all these places were used used for, but let's go see at the heights. Okay, this is a terrace, so and that is a holy place. You see more places to see, and even more or less time. So many rocks and rocks. How they cut all these rocks? It's well, ancient people, ancient knowledge, and ancient techniques. Really cool place I have been to today. It's so hot and humid everywhere else. I don't feel like leaving this place, but we have to leave. We have to go back. We need to see more places. So, bye. Did a stopover in between the place that I just that you guys just saw, but I'm not sure. I forgot the name. Like the guy who was guiding us, he told like ministers actually come to that place and like do pujas and stuff every year during like the utsav and things like that. So now we're going to the Vithala temple, and this is a place to the Vithala temple. Pretty famous one over here. Oh, that must be the temple. So that one. The structure that you see is actually the place where they say that the king used to come, and then they used to sit down, and I guess like it was like a weighing balance, like you'd put I guess gold and stuff and like equal weights of the king, and then you would present it to the temple. You can see like more stuff, like carvings on the rocks. Looks like a family, not sure who. So this is another temple. As I said, this place is riddled with temples, but then it's a non-functioning temple, like the deity and stuff are removed, like how we saw the Virupaksha temple, and there aren't much carvings, so I'm not pretty sure who the main deity was. And those are more rock structures, so that little boat over there is a sign. So there's a Hanuman temple that way, a Chidaraya temple. So since all these were part of the Vijayanagara Empire, so you have like kings like Krishna Devaraya. I'm not too sure, but that's what I've heard the guides speak. But like so all the kings used to come to this temple, pray, offer up gold and money to the god, and then they used to go back. It's quite peaceful because since the river is here, and it's cool also, like during the summer months, I believe. I haven't been here during the summer, but since it's humid right now, but yeah. Oh, that was a snake hole. Now we are in the perimeters of or maybe I don't know, like so as I said before, this was where is it? This was a Vishnu temple, and an old one that was destroyed during the conquest. And now we are walking towards the Vithala temple, and I believe this is the wall towards the Vithala temple. But truthfully, I've lost track of which is a temple, which is not, because there are like gazillion ones here, and so it's so hard to understand what the structure was originally used for. So yeah. Oh, there you go, another one. That's another temple, and this must be the mandap of some sort, but I think this is the Vithala temple. Oh, that was a pretty interesting story. You know how I said like Lord Vithala is mainly in Maharashtra and Pandharpur, so the guy was telling me how Krishna Devaraya, like the king, wanted to bring the Vithala god statue, I believe, to this temple over here, but then there is this myth that says, I think Vithala said to the king not to turn back, and then he did, and that's why Lord Krishna went back to like Pandharpur or something. I believe that's the thing. I'm not entirely sure, so please don't quote me on it. But this is called the Vithala market, and so if you see like all the stones, they were all part of this market that leads to the temple here. It's pretty. So the peculiarity of this is that the whole market complex is in an L-shaped structure, and yeah, well, let's see. Walking into one. I'm not sure like how they walked through this, but must have been fun those days, I guess. Well, I wish there was AC in right now. Humid. This is the surrounding area for the Vittal, near the Vitala temple, and now we are like within the Vitala market. We're inside the Vitala temple, but if you're coming here, there is an entry fee like how you did at the Virupaksha temple. So the little sad thing about this is it is like breaking down in pieces. If you see like structures over here, even like the main shikhara of this temple, it's all breaking down, and I'm not sure like why people aren't repairing, like the government or UNESCO or something, but it's sad. So hopefully if you guys want to see it, do come soon. And now we're closing in on the musical pillar side of the Mahamudra. So there is work in progress, so they are taking care of, so that's a good news. I wish I could hit those pillars to see. School trips going on, I believe, but we are inside a part. I'm inside part of the. Oh, my speech is inside part of the Vitala temple complex, because the other side where the mandap is, that's where the whole work in progress is being taken place. The stone architectures at this place is so cool. You can like see the carvings and yeah. It's just that it's so sad people write their names down on all these structures. I believe this would have been the main temple Garbhagriha where the idol would have been kept, but it's all dark. No, and it stinks. Yeah. But so this, I believe, is the backside of the temple, like where the idol would have been kept. Yes, it would have been, because I believe this is where the water would have fallen down. Like that's used to like worship the idol, and there would have been an idol over there, and I guess people would have gone around this, but it's so dark. But there you go. That's the behind, and this would be where the main thing. I'm not sure. I think this would have been covered up. In its time, I believe this would have been a glorious temple. Like it's a huge temple, and yeah. The thing that I've heard from the other guides, not my own, but I was just eavesdropping, is that both these statues, the Shivalinga as well as the Narasimha statue, they're all like carved out of single rock. And usually, like the guide was telling that the Shivalingas in Karnataka are usually made out of concrete, and this is like a stone structure, and that's why it's very important and stuff. I think there could be other stone cut Shivalingas, but I'm not too much of a historian, so basically those are the Shivalinga and the Narasimha statues. And I believe this would have been the entrance, but yeah, that is it. And that's a wrap to this area of Hampi, I guess.